working together has really drawn us closer together and has forced us to have healthier communication. There have been times where I made a decision where we acquired another location, and Kristy and I had talked about it beforehand, and she didn't have a bad feeling about it. She didn't necessarily have a peace about it either. And she asked me, "Is like, do you have peace about this? Because I'm not feeling one way or the other about it. I just want to make sure that you're good." So we moved forward. As the deal kind of came down, there were some hurdles to jump over. I pushed past those. Our business is in the real estate world. We do home inspections, so the real estate market has been wild the last couple of years, and it got even wilder. And once we inked the deal, 2 months into it, the real estate market took some turns and really impacted some of the cash flow in that. And I took it very hard. I felt like I had made a bad decision. I was wondering, what did I just do? And we had to really push through some things financially to get through that season where we personally invested a lot into the business to sustain it. And it did not feel good at all. I was really struggling with how much the business was a part of my own identity, how much it was a part of my own peace. And Kristy really helped step in a lot of ways because I was not at a healthy place. And she stepped in and ran the leadership team meeting. She made a lot of decisions that I just wasn't at a right place to do. She bore a lot of the weight during that season to help us get through it. So that's huge when you can show up for your partner in that way. And it's hard for me to talk about it most of the time with not getting emotional. So I'm doing good right now. But just when you can show up for your partner in life, in business, in those seasons where they are beating themselves up and you can help them navigate it, it's such a powerful thing. And the bond can get even closer in those times. So it's an amazing journey.
That was a big acquisition for us. It was the biggest one we had ever made. And I remember, like Wes said, I didn't have peace. And so I remember asking some questions like, are you sure financially is this going to work? What if this happens? And, and so I kind of drilled him a little bit, and he still had the peace. And so I was like, all right, well, if you have peace, let's do it. And so when things got scary, and man, in business, like you're gonna face some scary moments, right? There's a lot of risk. You don't have the stability. And so you hit one of those seasons, and Wes, like he said, just really struggled with what is this going to mean for our family? What is this going to mean for our business? And in that moment, as a wife and a partner, I could have been like, I knew it. We shouldn't have done it. I should have listened to that piece. I should have pressed harder. We could have started blaming each other, right? And in that, though, I had to say, especially as a couple of faith, baby, I pressed, I asked, we prayed, you had peace. We have to get through this storm. Like, I know the waves are looking rocky right now. Things are feeling kind of scary, but this is when we have to hold on to our faith and press through. And when you can do that for one another in a relationship is just so powerful. And there's been lots of instances from that to, after I had our youngest, I was given more time to be there, and he took on more of the work of the business. There's been seasons in our life personally where I've done more housework and Wes has done less. But there's also been seasons where Wes has done more housework and more caring for the kids, and I have done less, just depending on what we have going on. So it's one of the things that I've loved about our relationship, both personally and professionally, is we're really able to ebb and flow in our own strengths, but also in supporting one another when that person needs a little bit more help in navigating whatever that area is.
To this day, our kids always say that I butter bread the best. So there's always a title I get to have, that dad just knows the perfect butter to ratio on the piece of bread. So yeah, I get that one. It's very impressive.